Shalom Akyam, this is Brother Baha, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Baha, Sham, Yahawashi, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the brethren doing the work of Yahawah, Baha, Sham, Yahawashi, in truth, faith, and sincerity. Now, in today's lesson, I want to deal with the aspect of putting off the old man. And in putting off the old man, that's putting off the ways of this flesh. The things that, you grew up with and become accustomed to and, then got comfortable with. Coming into salvation, which is, what we come into this truth for. We come into this truth, man, we are at the end of the day looking to be delivered. And coming into this salvation, this deliverance that Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi has to offer us, it's things required of us. And you might think of the elect, when you read about the elect as, having it made, that, they just, even though we don't know who the elect are, but the elect pretty much got it made. But no, the elect are the elect because they're going to be doing the things that these scriptures require them to do. It ain't just like, oh, they the elect, so they got it made, they got a sure ticket. No, the elect are going to be doing everything that these scriptures require. And I'm going to bring this scripture out first real quick. And this is Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. And I'm going to read up, but I'm going to start with 12. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to get verse 5. But here we go. Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. Put on therefore as the elect of Yahawah, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Mashiach forgave you, so also do ye. And above all things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. So it says, back in verse 12, put on therefore as the elect of Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. So, the elect are not going to be born this way. So this is something that they're going to have to do. This is something that is going to be required of them, and they're going to have to perfect this thing. So, all of us in this truth, if we looking to get on these chariots, we have our leg work to do. We have groundwork to do in this truth. It ain't like, when you read about Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi putting the laws in our inward part, and we're gonna keep the law perfectly. Yeah, and that's true. But until then, we got to get this thing right in the flesh. So I just wanted to kind of point that out and show you that, it's going to be required that we put off that old man. So now I'm going to go back up to verse 5. So this is Colossians 3 and the 5th verse. It says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things sake the wrath of Yahawah cometh on the children of disobedience. So, exactly. The Lord is coming back to punish those who are in these things, that evil concupiscence and the inordinate affection and all these things which cater to your flesh. And that's what we are putting off. In essence, we're putting off this flesh. So, reading on, it says, again, verse 6, for which things sake the wrath of Yahawah cometh on the children of disobedience, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them. But now ye also put off all these. Or it said, but now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. So this is something that we are going to have to do. It's not a suggestion. This is something that's required of us, the way we should treat our brother, the way we are to conduct and carry ourselves, the things that, the manner of person that we are to be, going to the book of 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. And it asks, what manner of persons are ye to be in all manner of holy conversation, if you don't want to be destroyed? Because that's what it says, the wrath of Yahawah cometh upon those, the children of disobedience, because they don't want to adhere to these things. So let me read on. It says, Again, verse 9, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge. And that's what we want to be. We want to be renewed in knowledge. These are the days, and I stated this before, that this is the information age. The scripture even says that knowledge and wisdom shall be increased in these last days, right before Yahawashi's return. So, right, now that knowledge is here, that knowledge of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi and his salvation, we got to be renewed in that knowledge, and this is a part of that knowledge. Putting off the nigger and putting on righteousness. As the scriptures call it, the righteousness of the saints is the white linen. We got to put on that white linen and take that nigger off, man. That nigger is a bad look. And then you see how, the Most High making a fool out of niggas right now. Just like the nigga sitting in the barber chair getting his hair cut, he was talking all that hot shit. He was talking all that good shit. And then look, when he on World Star Hip Hop, hemmed up by the police. But he was talking all that good shit, just maybe not even a week before, or a couple of weeks before. So right, hey, we're gonna have to follow. We're gonna have to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments written in these scriptures. And the Most High will make a fool out of you and eventually destroy you. So again, verse 10, it says, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him. So that tell you right there, when you go back to the book of Genesis, when it said we were created in his image, that this explains what that image is. The image of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He gave us his laws, statutes, and commandments. It wasn't referring to our physical image. It was referring to our righteous spiritual image. So reading on, it says, well, there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond nor free, but Mashiach is all and in all. So, right, we're gonna have to get a greater understanding of that. We're gonna have to get a greater understanding of that indeed, because you might be confident in the hope that you might be the elect. That don't, the elect gonna be doing these things. That's what makes you the elect. The elect are gonna be doing these things. And like I said, it's this topic can go a whole lot deeper, but I'm gonna just keep it one deep. Because, at the end of the day, the nation of Israel don't need deepness. The nation of Israel just need understanding, man, and the understanding of the basics. Because you see, brothers even within GMS who out there teaching that they don't have they don't grasp these basic fundamentals, and I'm saying some guys that's out there. So with that, we're gonna go to the book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 7. It says, be not deceived, Yahawah is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to the flesh, or to his flesh, shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So, how do you sow to the Spirit? That's the question. Because, it says again, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. So, when you catering to your flesh, giving, you safe in your comfort zone, giving yourself all the, allowing yourself all the privileges and the things of life, that pleases your flesh. Well, in the end, your flesh will get you destroyed. Your flesh, you sow into your own corruption or destruction. Catering to that anger, catering to that, that just your flesh, man. your ego, catering to your ego, catering to, just your lust. Yeah, all that will lead to your corruption and get you destroyed. So it says, again, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, and corruption is death. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So how do you sow to the Spirit, you ask? You sow to the Spirit by getting in this word, because this word is life and it is spirit. So you get in this word, learn and understand this word, then apply it to every aspect of your life, so that that nigga begins to slowly die, and over time you be done mastered that nigga in being a spiritual man, which will lead you to life everlasting. So I just wanted to point that out, that we do have our leg work to do here in the earth in these bodies. We have to perfect ourselves as much as possible in the image of Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, as the scripture said, and as it also says in Ephesians chapter 4 and 13, that we're going to have to measure up to the fullness of the stature, or the stature of the fullness of Yahawashi Mashiach. And I read that scripture often, very often. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and read it now, going straight to the point. Okay, I'm going to get the whole thing. This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 10. It said, he that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Mashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of Yahawah, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Mashiach. So that's what this is all about. Us measuring to that fullness of the stature of Yahawah. Yahawah by Sham, Yahawashi, but more specifically, Yahawashi Mashiach. We're gonna have to measure up. So, and that's the only way you're gonna get on that chariot. So, and that's why I said that, be not deceived when you read Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. You're not gonna make mockery out of Yahawah by Sham, Yahawashi. Ricky Harris found that out the hard way. So with that, brothers, y'all stay up, man. Put off that old man, and let's make it on these chariots. Shalom.